What's up, guys? Welcome to the Swing Mechanic Podcast. Um, check out the lead arm training bat at theswingmechanic.com. It's for using with the lead arm progression. And as you guys know, a lot of you guys know that I advocate with just one drill, and that is the lead arm progression. I really think that there's just one issue that really happens in the swing, and that is people get way too overactive with their back arm. I feel like I've given enough proof of this in my book, Swing Like Griffey, and in these videos. But check it out. If you want to learn more, check out my book, Swing Like Griffey, at theswingmechanic.com. Today we're gonna talk about first a few swings. We're gonna go over just a few swings here. Let me share my screen. And then, I just like to talk about things that are kind of on my mind or things that people have sent me and asked me to comment on. So let's go over just a few swings first. This is Reggie Smith, a pound for pound great. Let's see where he is on the pound for pound list. He's number 70 all time on the pound for pound list. He played from 1966 to 1982, weighed 180 pounds, hit a home run every 22.4 at bats, and had a lifetime 287 average. And he was a switch hitter. So let's look at his swing here. Nice slotting action there. I just like to see the bat drop on a flatter plane. That's really what I'm looking for. A flatter plane. Also, that the hands kind of drop and kind of fall more behind you rather than getting it. So many guys these days are pushing their hands right in front at this point here. So he's just letting the hands trail you like you naturally would, right? And then here he gets into a beautifully connected position at contact. This is what you're looking for at contact. A nice bent back arm. Lead arm can be farther away from you or close. I probably do prefer it to be close. That to me shows me more lead side is going on. And then the extension happens after contact. You see, there's no flip there. We have Jazz Chisholm. So Jazz is, let me see where Jazz is on this list. He's 167 all time on the pound for pound list. It's really good. There again, same position that we just saw from Reggie Smith. And then beautifully connected. Notice as he's going into contact here, there's a rotation, but notice the back arm is not like doing much. See how it's just kind of like, now I don't want you guys forcing the back arm to not do much. What I want you to do is be more lead side. You see the difference? I used to make the mistake of thinking I was so focused on what the back arm was doing. I was fixated on, wow, look at the back arm. Look how quiet it is, that I was kind of forcing my back arm to stay bent. That's not what you want to do. You want to transfer the source of power more to the lead side, pulling with the lead side rather than what most people have developed their swing to be, which is more back arm push. And then look at the extension after contact. This is probably could be like the best swing in Major League Baseball right now. Look how wide he is into the finish. Then we have Graig Nettles. Let's see where Nettles is. $198 on the pound for pound list. Anybody in this group, like if you're talking the top 300, you're probably looking at extremely precise and optimal mechanics. Look at that. Look at how the back arm elbow just drops right to his side. This is an indication, guys, that there's basically a movement wave going through his body. And if it's not in the arms are subject to gravity because he's not exerting them. So they drop and the barrel flattens. It's only about here that the wave now enters into the arms. And that's how these guys are able to achieve such connection at contact. And then the wide finish again. Darren Daulton. Let's see where he is on the list. By the way, Graig Nettles weighed 180. Let's see. I'm sorry, I forgot to check Nettles. Let's see where he was. Weighed 180, hit a home run every 23 at bats. Batted 248 for his career. So his batting average wasn't great, but let's see what his stats look like. I'm just curious here. Graig Nettles. 110 OPS plus. That's 10 points higher than average. Hit 32 homers and led the league in 76 with 32 homers and a 327 batting average. Or no, sorry, 254. I was like, how did he not win MVP if he had a 327 batting average? Looks like he never went above 300. But still, for that size, to get that much power, he averaged 23 homers a year. That's a good hitter, Let's see here. So Daulton, let's see where Daulton is. Darren Daulton was 747 on the pound for pound list. There you can see. Again, leaving the hands more or less behind as he starts to rotate. And then no flip there through contact. Look how long the back arm and bat are in alignment. Fred Lynn. Fred Lynn was 117 on the pound for pound list. Look at that. That's indicative of lead side pull, guys. Look at that back arm. This is beautiful positioning. And then he just rotates without so much exertion in the back arm, right? Just rotating into it because he's pulling with the lead side. And then you see that back arm and bat are in alignment for a long time. Corbin Carroll. He's in the top 100 all time, I believe. Let's see where he is. Number 66 all time. So look at that action right there. Boom. Just very, very much like who we just saw, Fred Lynn. And then look at that connection at contact. We just have to hope that, and look at the back arm and bat are in alignment for a long time. Just have to hope that none of these Major League Baseball hitting coaches get to him and start trying to teach him staying inside the ball and all that stuff. Who's this? Fred McGriff. Again, leaving the bat more or less behind, achieving a nice connected. Look how connected that position is at contact. More connection at contact means you're transferring more mass. That's not talked about a lot, and that's not talked about at all in swing instruction. That's a big problem. You know, everyone's talking about launch quickness, and they forget about things like, what about adjustability? What about bat mass? The amount of how connected you are at contact, in other words. That matters. And guys are extremely disconnected at contact right now in this popular swing. Here's McGriff again. Again, that's just a lead side pull position right there. Oh, where's McGriff? Let's see. Corbin Carroll, by the way, weighs 170, hits a home run every 24 and a half at bats. Fred McGriff, let's see where he's at. 71 all time on the pound for pound list. Nice connection there at contact. All right. So let me see if we have any questions or comments on that. No questions or comments. So I want to move to Alex Rodriguez because someone sent me a video of him. Let's just hear what he has to say here.
That will help you get tighter, stay behind the baseball, and increase your accuracy. But the number one...
By the way, it's funny to me as like someone who's been into the swing for so long. You know, it's clear that major league players and major league coaches aren't typically students of the swing, but what's being assumed is that, oh, he played Major League Baseball, he must know a lot about the swing. I mean, why would Alex Rodriguez know a lot about the swing? Honestly, like it's the same as expecting a NASCAR driver to know a lot about fixing engines. He was a good driver of the car, but it doesn't mean it has almost no relevance, really. I mean, most of these guys don't know what they did. They honestly don't. And right now there's like this anger by them towards new school, which I'm not on the new school side either, but there's like this anger towards the new school guys because the new school guys are calling these guys out for not knowing what they actually did at the plate. And they're like, how dare you actually talk about facts and what's on video? I don't care what's on video. Anyways, let's hear.
It does. It helps you with the alligator arms. Let me show you.
Okay, alligator arms. First of all, he's not. I don't know why people feel the need to post stuff like this when they're just saying the same stuff that's been said for decades. The only reason why I'm here on social media is I got something new and I feel like it's got value. If I was saying the same stuff, like you're talking alligator arms, that's something I heard when I was 6. You know, we've heard that one. We've already been there.
The key is he has a swing, but he can't touch the net. The only way you can do that is he has to stay behind.
Like, this is a drill. Did anyone not do this drill who's over 25 years old when they were younger? They get against the net, measure the bat against the net, and then try not to hit it.
Baseball. If he travels to me at all, he's going to get long, okay?
This idea of a long swing, we know, I mean, that is just a misconception. Actually, what they're talking about when they say long is actually a good swing.
So
Griffey was long. Albert Bell was long. We're talking about right there, 2 of the top pound-for-pound hitters of all time. Better than A-Rod. And they didn't do steroids. You know what I mean? I mean, I feel like it's a little bit of a slap in the face that this guy was a cheater. Let's not forget. I mean, I'm all about forgiveness and everything, but, you know, let's not forget this guy cheated. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't good. Of course he was good, but he did cheat.
Where alligator arms really help you. Stop it.
Like, that move, guys, is really the bane of swing instruction. This right here is the problem that's going on. This right here, I believe, is the reason why we lose in the WBC now. Why we're not the powerhouse in the world in baseball. This move right here, I truly believe that. For some reason, swing instruction has fallen in love with this move. They think it's the prudent, wise approach to swing mechanics. It's like if you want your yellow belt in swing instruction, you have to pass through teaching this move.
Stop right there. Go back, slow motion, go back, slow motion. See, this is a bad move right here. You see where this hand is? This hand is under this hand.
By what? A half an inch?
That's incorrect. This should be like this. You should be attacking the ball like this because this is your dominant hand.
He just really is just going with old school, barrel on top type of teaching. It's look, guys, there's one thing that we've evolved a little bit in swing instruction, and the little bit that we've evolved is because we've recognized that the barrel has to flatten to start the swing. I mean, this is a guy who hasn't even done enough homework to notice that. Richard Skenk has done enough homework to notice that, and I commend him for that. There are some other people. Josh Donaldson understands that. Mookie Betts understands that. The barrel must flatten. Alex Rodriguez is still not caught up.
You give up dominance, that pitcher got you. And that becomes a long, lazy, slow swing, probably a broken bat or a pop-up. You want to always make sure you stay dominant. So when you come in at the ball, you want to come in this way.
I'd love for him to just explain Ken Griffey Jr.'s swing. Like, the guy played with Ken Griffey Jr. Did you not?
And once you release that head, it'll do it natural. Now, it's real versus feel. We're trying to swing down, but I already know how you...
No, don't inundate me with facts, okay? I already know you guys out there are looking at the facts. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in, keeping you guys away from this boys club that we call Major League Baseball, where we have our own ideas about things and they aren't going to change.
You're going to tell me that everyone uppercuts and you're going to show me my swings. I get it. But you have to feel like you're swinging down.
Guys, I don't advocate slotting because it is an uppercut or even because it gets you on plane with the pitch. That's not what it is. It positions your body. If you do it artificially and force it, it's not going to do it. But if it's happening for the right reasons, which is more lead side pull, then it's going to have you arrive at contact more connected. That's really the main thing, guys, is arriving at contact more connected. And I've figured out that the best way to do that is to pull more with your lead side and quiet the back arm. So I just want you to know, I'm not like one of these guys like swing up. I'm not like a swing up guy. I don't think swing up or swing down is even in the conversation. It's just that this slotting action, the purpose is not to swing up. That is kind of somewhat what it accomplishes, but the real benefits don't have to do with that. It has to do with the positioning of your body, what muscles actually end up powering the swing, more lead side, when you do that move, when you do it correctly.
To create the perfect uppercut, you're looking for neck high line drives, not lob shots, okay?
I mean, we're looking for home runs, but we're also looking for line drives. I think you should probably practice line drives, and I think that home runs should probably be almost like mistakes. And that way you're putting the odds in your favor. It's almost like in putting. I personally like to die the putt in the hole. My favorite putt to practice is actually stopping the ball just before, if I can stop it just before it gets in the hole, to me, that's actually my goal. Why? Because over time, the law of averages is going to say you're not going to two-putt a lot with that approach. You're not going to, you're not going to hit it 10 feet by very often. So you're going to have more two putts, less three putts. And with hitting, I do think that your goal should probably be line drives and let home runs kind of be mistakes that you hit under the ball. Unless you feel like you can go for home runs. I mean, I think Babe Ruth played so much baseball that I think he actually almost aimed for the bottom of the ball and sort of he didn't really have an uppercut that much. People think he did, but if you look at his swing, it's not that much of an uppercut. But I think he was able to kind of, steer the ball in a more upward direction.
I'm going to give you.
So there's alligator arms. Alex Rodriguez becoming a hitting guru with the hat on backwards and the extremely old school and unhelpful hitting advice that we've all heard 1,000 times already. Okay. Let's see. So this, I think you guys, he's an ass clown. Yeah. I mean, Alex Rodriguez coming back, to me, if you're a well-known steroid user, like when Mark McGwire went to become a hitting coach, that I lost all respect. And not that I had that much for Major League Baseball hitting coaches, but like, it's just, I don't know. Jamie, let's see Alex's swing. He's got a pretty decent swing, but that doesn't surprise me. I mean, like, you have to do what he did in the majors. Even though he took steroids, he still was a great player in the majors. You're going to have a great swing. Even Jeff Fry, who people, Teacher Man is always kind of making fun of. He had a great swing. Look, to make it to the major leagues, especially as a guy as big as Jeff Fry, and he hit over 300 a couple times in his career, you're going to have a good swing. Yeah. Let's see what he was doing. Let's visit what he was doing versus what he's saying. Oh yeah, we've seen that. I mean, I think Richard Skank has broken that down. Look, Rodriguez was pretty well connected. I can see in his swing how he was trying to kind of swing down. Like I honestly think it made his swing just a little bit worse than it could have been. And he was probably very lead side dominant when he was younger, and it just got coached out of him. So it's this hybrid swing, and he's unaware that everything he's taught and trying to do in the swing, like swing down, that's not what was responsible for his success. And if anything, it probably hurt his mechanics. But look, I mean, steroids obfuscate, any flaws like that. Like everybody was hitting homers in the steroid. Even guys who had no right to be hitting homers were hitting them. The purpose is to square up. When the body's well connected, is when they provide and the desired results. Yeah, good connection is, in many ways, the goal of swing mechanics. You could even say to a kid, it might work to just say, figure out a way to be real connected through your swing and hit the ball as hard as you can. And they might be able to find a great swing just by doing that. So this is interesting. Like this is what you tend to see from kids. Like look at this move here. This is what you want. What's going on here? The bat's dropping, the arm is dropping due to gravity. That's it. Kids know how to do it. You'll know how to do it once you just do the lead arm progression. This is good mechanics, guys. And of course, he hits that one out. She hits that one out. This is a swing that was sent to me. We're going to look at his golf swing and his baseball swing. At the top, there's a real easy way to tell at the top if there's back arm exertion in golf. Notice the club gets just a little bit steeper. That tells me this kid could benefit from the lead arm progression. Okay. See how it's steep right there? It's pointing, the club handle is pointing like inside the ball. He's going to have, now it's not, but when it first started down, it did. To me, there's a little bit too much back arm exertion. It's a decent swing, though. It's pretty good. But let me see. Yeah, he's going to fight. It's pretty good. I like how he's really not getting all that stuck. Pretty good looking swing. But I think he might fight the occasional slice. Here's his baseball swing. You can see the hands are just coming way too in front of the chest there. There's almost no lead arm pull here. It's very much back arm exertion. And then you can see the flip through contact. See that flip? So there's way too much back arm exertion here. He's not getting, look at that flip there in the bottom. He's not getting a lot of his body weight into the hit. Simple fix, guys. Lead arm progression. You know? Simple fix. Lead arm progression and feel that arm when you're doing the first step in the lead arm progression. Feel it drop. I mean, let gravity drop it. I want you guys to feel that move. This is kind of that go training that's going on now. This is a big mistake. This is kind of like doing the same thing that the pitching machines have been doing, which is getting us to kind of try to swing from an extremely still position. This is not good work. See, like that's not what baseball is. This is where I think the Sandlots have done better because we're always trying to do something other than baseball to work on baseball. This is not what baseball is. Baseball is a pitched ball. And so working on this is something different. You can move prior to knowing if you're going to swing. But this drill causes people to just be so still and just almost jerk the swing from a still position. That's not going to lead to the best possible mechanics. You can even see in a lot of these videos that they're slicing off the ball. I don't know if you guys noticed, but a lot of these like videos where they're selling training aids or whatever, they're showing people come way inside and the ball's slicing. There's the kind of the leaning back swing there. Loading is not just pushing your hands back. So I think they're talking about like the Richard Skank, like loading up on your back femur kind of moves. I just think that that's all talk about stuff that's pretty intuitive. Like we know how to load our weight. Like if I told you to throw a ball, I'm not going to have to teach you, hey, load your weight on your back leg. It's like, no shit, I got to load my leg on my weight on my back leg. We're trying to teach stuff that happens in the swing, but it's not a problem in the swing. It just, yes, it happens, but there's no need to teach it because nobody really has a problem with it.
Stride. hips, swing.
All right. Is this the kind of work we think that we're doing that makes us think we're better than the kids from the Sandlots?
Stride, hips, swing.
So there you have it, guys. What more do I need to say? Thank you guys for watching. Do you guys have any questions, any comments before we sign out here? Check out the lead arm training bat at theswingmechanic.com. I also have I figured out the golf swing for all you golfers out there, and the lead arm training bat. So hope practice is going well for you guys. Let me know how you're continuing to practice through the winter and how it's going with your lead arm progression. I want to hear how you guys are doing in the lead arm progression. That's really the key. Spend a lot of time doing the lead arm progression if you haven't already. I know in this kind of landscape out there, like, you become a little frazzled. There's so much going on. There's so much information, not to mention you just have your regular life. You have to simplify in that situation. You have to really figure out what is the priority drill. What is the priority? To me, the priority is see live pitching. Be obsessed with seeing as much live pitching as you can. Forget all the rest of the nonsense. These drills I just showed you, all that stuff. Forget that. Be obsessed with live pitching. And do the lead arm progression. When it comes to training, get yourself gymnastics rings. Forget everything else. It's just asking for injury, everything else. So, I mean, there are little things that I think you should make a priority to simplify the way you look at all this stuff, because it is overwhelming. And, there's Jeff Fry coming at you with this, Richard Skenk coming at you with this, and who knows how many other guys you're getting the feed of in your social media, and it can get a little bit overwhelming. So I just try to simplify for you guys lead arm progression, and let me know how it's going, and I'll see you next time.